Greetings and salutations to you people of the interwebs, and welcome to this week's edition of Transformer of the Week, where I'm going to be looking at this guy. This is Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Tigerhawk. As you can tell, he's both a tiger and a hawk. His name kind of gives it away. You know what I mean? So, the reason I'm going to look at this guy today is, if you've been following the Transformers and Beer podcast, you know that they'll be going through Beast Wars. They've been watching Beast Wars. Every episode of the podcast, pretty much, they go through a different episode that they've watched, and they're now reaching the end. So I thought I'd take a look at this guy, as a thanks, kind of, to them, for Em and Joe, for going through this Beast Wars. It's been quite entertaining listening to them, going through every episode. So, as they've reached the end now, pretty much reached the end, I think maybe the last episode, I thought I'd look at this guy who's Tigerhawk, who appears at the end arc of the Beast Wars series. So, Tigerhawk is, well, there was two characters. There was Tigertron and there was Eraser. They got beamed off into space from a Vok artifact. Now, the Vok are these interdimensional beings that have seeded Earth with energon and artifacts for their own experiments. And then the Beast Wars, the Maximals and Predacons crash on planet Earth, in prehistoric planet Earth, and kind of mess their shit up. And while they were at first, they were kind of tolerant and kind of seeing how they engaged with their experiments, it came a time when enough was enough, and they decided to send the emissary, which was they took the bodies of Tigerhawk and Eraser and merged them together and powered them with their own Vok energies. Now, while they were doing that, at the end, they ended up getting captured by Tarantulas, who managed to use a razor blade, a laser beam of some kind of description to remove get the Vok to come out of this. So, because he wanted to use this powerful body for his own means, but the Vok and Tarantulas ended up in a kind of mutual destruction, blowing each other up, which left this body vacant for the combined sparks of Tigertron and Eraser to take this body one more time and become Tigerhawk, the maximal, godlike, angelic warrior. And there is, as well as a theme of tigers and hawks, there is also kind of like a very angelic theme to this figure, most notably in the pearlescent plastic that's used. So, is that a white kind of Siberian tiger with these wings sticking out? This is kind of his casual. This is his casual mode. As you can see, got this nice tiger head, which really reminds me of like Japanese artwork. The type of stuff you'd see, on tattoos and stuff like that. It's really kind of reminiscent of that. He's got these nice, big, powerful front legs and these bird-like back legs. Nice flippy tail. As much as the pearlescent plastic is in theme for the character, it's kind of a shame because it does swallow up so much of the sculpted detail that's on here. So that is a bit of a shame because I don't know if you can make this out on the camera, but there's just so much, and the asymmetrical patterns and everything on this guy is just really, really a treat to behold. It does have like this weird cockpit here that was gonna be something, but it's kind of like an abandoned gimmick, as it were. There's getting a lot of that. I mean, there's a lot of weird things go on with Transmetal 2 figures, whereas the You know, your Beast War, the first wave of Beast Wars figures were just realistic kind of looking animals that turned into robots. Then you had the Transmetal things that would everything had gone a bit weird, where the animal mode was more robotic, and it'd often have, you know, they'd have that third mode functionary kind of transport mode, and then the robot mode would have more organic details in, and then everything just went mixed up completely in the Transmetals too, where you've got organic and metallic existing within the same space, and often they have, some of them do have kind of a third functionary mode, but quite a lot of them just have more vestigial vehicle parts. I mean, this guy, you can make this out, they've got these rolling wheels up here. Serve no purpose whatsoever. Absolutely no reason for them. They're just there. Some rolling wheels. It's like a bit like a kid's toy, where you can, well, it is a kid's toy. Much like some kind of like baby's thing that in the cot, there was just some things that you can roll, just for the therapeutic value of rolling some things. So yeah, it can kind of move his head here. This battle mask, which comes into play later, kind of gets in the way. I wish it could tuck away, fold away somewhere, but it's just kind of hanging there. So you can do a lot of nodding here. Got some movement. Ratchets in these legs here, they kind of bend that way a little bit, like so, and these flip. There's a lot of movement going on, as well as the flipping there. You can actually articulate this guy's jaw like so, and also he's got a blue tongue that also articulates, because you know we want an articulating blue tongue on our angelic tiger hawk robot figure toys, don't we? Yes? So yeah, it's got all that. His back legs kind of on swivels here. They go up and down here, down there, up there. We've got these quite funky feet here. There's a button on there, so if you've got kind of a pen or something, I think you can do that. You know, grab hold of things, so that's kind of cool. Your fingers, I'll see that again. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. I really do. Kind of like that kind of little thing. So that's, you know, his basic animal mode. Now there's a button here, and that'll activate what we call, I kind of like these mini guns here as well. They're kind of cool. You activate this by pressing this button, and that flips his wings down. These things kind of just spring load up, and then we get this battle mask, place that in there, and this is kind of his, oh, then we get here, press these, and these flip round, these flip round, and that is kind of his attack mode. Now when these flip round, there are actually spring loads there that would have actually fired missiles as well at the same time. I bought this second hand, it didn't come with the missiles. I could see how easily they probably get lost, because as part of that, you know, that button in itself does activate the firing gimmick, so they just every time you did that, the missiles would fire off, so they'd probably get lost quite easily. So yeah, I love this battle mask, looks really cool. It is very reminiscent of a certain battle cat from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, but it's also hawky enough to, you know, be part of Tigerhawk. This is, you know, that's part of the Razor look to him. So yeah, Tiger and Hawk combined. So that's pretty cool. Now he does have these firing missiles, another set here that we do have. So we've got some feather missiles, but we don't want to do that, so they're in green, and then you've got this kind of paint job that kind of goes from the blue to the green, and then these just solid green missiles. So yeah, love this just combination of the chromy blue and these greens and just other blues and this pearl, paint. It's a very otherworldly, angelic paint scheme. But he is a transformer and he does transform. Here we go. So it's a case of this point is unpegging things. So we unpeg this from over here. And we kind of move these slightly out of the way. Then unpeg this section. Remove that and that. So we have this kind of going on. Now we need to move these sections out of the way. But to do that, I think we need to move this bit first, like so. It's basically just have to fold the figure kind of around itself. So we take these sections, these legs go all the way from back, or from the front to the back, like so. This section, let me just see. The fear of this figure is that a lot of it, the transformation, revolves around this green tumbler in the middle of the figure, which is made out of translucent plastic. And this is an old figure, so it's kind of always going to be wary of translucent plastic, especially when it's old, because it could be quite brittle. So that's kind of all this out of the way. From back here, flip out his head. Kind of move these things into place, which will then we kind of have him here. So there's a peg there and there's a hole there. You need to peg in like so. And again on this side. Let's see. Can get that pegged in. Yeah, there we go. So we have that like so. And back to the legs. These chunky thigh sections fold all the way down there. But before we do that, we need to move these claws back like so to release these smaller feet. So these claws come back. We have these smaller feet, these pistons here, and then these chunky thigh sections come down, form these legs here. Then these tail feathers, do that to make a some sporran maybe. And then turn his head round, and that is Tigerhawk in his robot mode. He's fucking crazy, man. I really just love the look of this with these, the claws on his chest here. He's got some really cool gold maximal symbol on his forefront. He's got the tiger head on one shoulder and this weird cockpit thing on the other. Yeah, really like it. Like these pistons here on his legs are really cool. This dangling crotch protection is cool, and again with those wings make him super angelic looking. I'm always a fan of a figure with a translucent visor. That's always good. It's a shame there's not a wash there, because he's got that traditional Beast Wars constipation face. But you lose a lot of the details, like I say, in this pearlescent plastic. Now you can remove these missile launchers. He's got his one hand here. He's got the double blasters on there, and then you can give him some bigger double blasters up there. So articulation isn't the best. He's got a nice swivel there. There's a hinge here. It's all very stiff. He's got a ball joint here, but it doesn't bend that way. So he's always got always going to have his hands like that rather than like that. So that's always a thing, and it's the same on the other side. This battle mask, it gets in the way. The only mode you can't even like put it over the tiger head in this mode. The only mode it doesn't get in the way is the actual mode that it's being used in. But yeah, it's got a thing you could do with a bicep swivel. It doesn't have. He has, a swivel at the elbow and that ball joint, but again it's like that. It's got decent enough. Well, I say decent enough. The fire, the armor on top of his thigh stops him from, doing a full splits there, so he can move it around like so. He does have a thigh swivel, which is good. A nice deep knee bend, and there's a move at the toe and that heel spur, but there's no rocker or something. But this is, let's say, it's an old figure. I dig it a lot. I mean, it's got a hinge and a swivel on his head, so that's always quite cool. And just that silhouette is amazing. I do want to track down. They did a universe kind of razor claw version of this, which is all in purple and stuff. So I'd quite like to get that and see how the details pop more or less on the razor claw version of the mold than they do with this pearlescent plastic. Pearlescent plastic. I can't get off saying that. But yeah, this guy is well worth. If you can find him, is well worth picking up. And that's why he's this week's Transformer of the Week. So again, a big shout out to the people at Transformers and Beer. When we're having the big, you need to have 1,000 subscribers to remain a partner at YouTube, they were at the forefront within, the kind of Transformers YouTube community of promoting it and trying getting people to get more subs. I know I received more subs, because of them, and the shouts that they did for me. So I'm always be grateful for them. What happened to their YouTube channel is a bit shitty, in my opinion. So if you're not aware of it, it kind of, the YouTube channel got, and they were never really given a decent explanation of why. So that was always a bit crappy. But on other views, check them out wherever you can find podcasts. Have a search for Transformers and Beer, and you can hear two Canadians talk about Beast Wars and try and buy Transformers for as little money as possible. As much as I love him, if I was working in retail and they rocked up to a shop, I'd be... yeah. And also, check out M's new YouTube channel at Transformers and Video Games. I'd appreciate the subscriptions or the subscribers, because, he's done for everyone else. But until then, Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, or unsubscribe. Leave thumbs down. It's up to you. But what I want you to join me in is a fist bump. So get ready. Fisto! Fisto!